Today's lesson is called India, an Endless Experience. Day 2. Welcome to our show, everyone. My name is Jeff.
I'm Roger. Good to be with you again. And today we're going to continue talking about traveling in India. Remember, India is so big, it's so vast, it has so many people, it has such a long period of history that it is an endless experience. You could never run out of things to see and do. Now, remember, in our last time we were talking about one way to start exploring India, and that is to sign up for a tour of the Golden Triangle, or visit it yourself, or sign up for this luxury train, the Palace on Wheels, and it will take you to New Delhi and to Jaipur. Those are some of the main tourist destinations in India, and of course you'll get to see the Taj Mahal in the process.
There you go. If you go to India and you want to make sure to cover all of your bases, go ahead and take a trip along this Golden Triangle. This circuit comprises 3 iconic areas that you can't miss. Now, is this everything that India has to offer? Not even close. But yes, if you do take a trip along the Golden Triangle, you'll see the Taj Mahal and all sorts of famous palaces. And you'll also get to see India's capital city. So you'll see a lot of the highlights of India. But remember, India is an endless experience. It goes on and on and on. And hopefully today we'll start to fathom or understand just how big and rich India is and just how much stuff India has to offer a traveler. Anyways, I've hustled my line long enough. Let's go ahead and get started with day 2 of our article on India. We'll get started right after this.
However, there's far more to India than just the Golden Triangle. If you're looking to visit the lesser explored side of the subcontinent while experiencing the country's extraordinary wildlife and nature, the state of Kerala on the southwest coast is the place to visit. Kerala is known for its beaches lined with palm trees, mountains covered with tea, coffee, and spice plantations, and wildlife sanctuaries home to elephants, monkeys, and tigers. It's a far cry from the bustling, crowded cities of the north.
大家好，今天第一个单字我们看到的是 wildlife。这个字当作名词，代表野生动物、野生物种的意思。例如 We saw birds and other wildlife in the forest. 我们在这座森林里看到鸟类，还有其他的野生动物。再来，我们看到的单字是 plantation。这个字当作名词，它有油脂热带地区的种植园、大农场的意思。所以我们可以说 During my trip to South Korea, I visited a tea plantation and bought some premium whole leaf tea. 我去南韩旅行时造访了一个茶园，买了一些上等的原片茶。
Okay, everybody, let's start talking about the contents of today's lesson. Now, remember, last time we were talking about a tour of the Golden Triangle in India, and it takes you to some of the major cities there. But, you know, there's more to India than just big cities. So here it begins. However, there's far more to India than just the Golden Triangle. Now, if you're looking to visit the lesser explored side of the subcontinent, while experiencing the country's extraordinary wildlife and nature, the state of Kerala on the southwest coast is the place to visit. Okay, now you may be thinking that India is a huge country. It's almost the largest country in the world in terms of population. They keep saying it's going to pass China. I don't know if it has or not, but in any case, there are millions of people, if not billions of people living there in India. But still, there's lots of countryside to check out there, and so there's more to India than the cities. You might want to visit some more wild kinds of areas. They have this extraordinary wildlife and nature. Wildlife, of course, just refers to animals living in the wild. They're not living in somebody's house. They're not on a farm. They're not in a zoo. They're out there running free. You might want to check out some birds, maybe some bears, beaver or something like that. Who knows?
I don't know if there are beavers in India. But yeah, you're right about wildlife. When you're talking about wildlife, you're talking about wild animals. You're not talking about domesticated animals, those animals that you find on farms or pets or stuff like that. And yes, this is kind of surprising to me. India, after all, is home to 1.3 billion people. So you might be thinking, like, there's no room for wildlife or animals or anything like that. This country must just be wall-to-wall people. Well, guys, that is nonsense. India is home to 1.3 billion people and also some extraordinary wildlife and nature and countryside. And yes, more on this word wildlife to be totally clear. When we're talking about wildlife, we're talking about wild animals that are found in a place. And yes, when using the word wildlife, it is one word, by the way, the words wild and life shoved together. Yes, when we're using this word wildlife, we are usually implying that these animals are native to the area in which these animals are found. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on. The next sentence says, Kerala is known for its beaches lined with palm trees, mountains covered with tea, coffee, and spice plantations, and wildlife sanctuaries home to elephants, monkeys, and tigers. So there you go, Roger. No beavers. Elephants, monkeys, tigers. Those are some really good instances of Indian wildlife. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on here and talk about plantations and then sanctuaries. Now, what is a plantation? A plantation is a big farm on which large amounts of some crop is grown and then harvested by workers who actually live on that plantation in many situations. Then we also have this word sanctuary. A sanctuary in this case is a place or an organization that takes in animals that need protection.
So you can check out beaches, you can see the palm trees there, and there are mountains there. They've got tea plantations, coffee plantations, and spice plantations, and of course these sanctuaries where animals are protected. And if you like elephants, monkeys, and tigers, hey, this is the place for you. Unfortunately for me, they probably won't have beavers or raccoons or wolverines or animals like that. But hey, these days, you got to take what you can get. Now, it's a far cry from the bustling, crowded cities of the north. So yes, indeed, you've probably seen pictures of India with thousands of people trying to cram onto a train or something like that. Indeed, India's cities are crowded. And of course, if you want to get anywhere, the buses are just going to be stuffed with people. But still, you can get away from the hustle and bustle and head down to Kerala to see those elephants, monkeys, and tigers. It's a far cry from those bustling cities of the north. A far cry from here is a phrase that means not at all like, totally different from those bustling, crowded cities. Bustling here just kind of means run out, just kind of means lots of people everywhere, lots of activity. No matter where you look, you're just going to see all kinds of activity. It's a bustling place.
Bustling. Busy and activity filled. Yeah, a bustling place is noisy and energetic. Kind of in a good way, though. Yeah, a lot goes on, you could say, in a bustling place, like a crowded city somewhere. And yes, this place, Kerala, is a far cry from one of these cities. That is, it's very different from these cities. Yeah, it's kind of like the Indian countryside. How about that? All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break, but don't go away. When we come back, we'll continue reading from day 2 of our article on India.
For those not traveling the whole length of the country, one of India's greatest adventures can be found and experienced on any street corner, its world-famous cuisine. In the north, you'll find spicy curries, soft naan, flatbread used for dipping, spiced yogurt, chutneys, and pickles. In the south, on the other hand, you're more likely to stuff yourself with vegetable and lentil chowders, fragrant rice, peppery soups, and pancakes stuffed with spiced potatoes, served traditionally on a banana leaf.
第二部分我们看到的单字是 spicy， 这个字当作形容词，代表辛辣的或是加了很多香料的意思。例如 The spicy chicken wings I ate for lunch were very good. 我午餐吃的辣鸡翅非常好吃。接下来我们看到的单字是 curry， 这个字当作名词，它有咖喱的意思。例如 Kevin 在印度吃了很多咖喱饭。英文可以这么说 Kevin ate a lot of rice curry when he was in India. 再来我们看到的单字是 yogurt， 这个字当作名词，代表优格的意思。所以我们可以说 Rick eats a bowl of yogurt with fruit for breakfast every day. Rick 每天早餐吃一碗优格配水果。接下来我们看到的单字是 fragrant， 这个字当作形容词，它有香的或是芳香的意思。例如，露天市场都是香味四溢的食物味道。英文可以这么说 The scent of fragrant foods filled the outdoor market.
Okay, everybody. Of course, when we think about India, one of the things I think about is the food. Indian food is very tasty. It's wonderful. It's one of the best cuisines in the world. So, for those not traveling the whole length of the country, one of India's greatest adventures can be found and experienced on any street corner. It's world-famous cuisine. So if you're not traveling the Golden Triangle, or if you're not heading down to the beaches and the palm trees and the tea plantations of Kerala, well, you can just head down to any street corner or a local neighborhood restaurant or something like that and experience India's world-famous cuisine, their food.
There you go. Now let's start in the north. You'll find spicy curries, soft naan or flatbread used for dipping, spiced yogurt, chutneys, and also pickles. Yeah, apparently there are pickles in northern India, and they're kind of delicious. Anyways, yeah, here in the north it says you'll find spicy curries. Yeah, you can't talk about Indian cuisine without talking about curry, but there are many different types of curries to be had. Okay, so yes, here in the north, you're going to want to try each one. But before you start trying all the different curries, let's talk about what curry actually is. Yeah, curry is a famous dish, a world-famous dish that comes in many varieties and in many colors. Now, curry is often cooked in sauce with maybe meat and potatoes and with a whole lot of spices like turmeric and stuff like that. And yes, curry is usually served with or over rice. And like I said before, curry is one of the most famous foods on earth. It might be the most famous Indian food of them all. And yes, here we're talking about spicy curries. So yes, these curries, when you eat them, they're going to be delicious and also hot. Why? Because spicy foods are hot. Yes, spicy food is food that is hot or seems hot due to peppers and spices and not because of the temperature of that food. Then last but not least in this sentence, let's talk about yogurt. What is yogurt? Yogurt is a somewhat solid milk-based food. Yeah, yogurt is made when bacteria consumes milk and then causes fermentation to occur.
Indeed. We've also got chutneys and pickles. Those are different kinds of foods that you can find in northern India. I believe chutney here is a kind of spice or something, or some kind of sauce. And of course, there are different kinds of this thing, so that's why we've got an S here, chutneys. And pickles are usually small cucumbers that have been preserved in vinegar and other kinds of liquids so that you can keep them for a long time. So yes, indeed, these are some examples of the food in northern India. But in the south, on the other hand, you're more likely to stuff yourself with vegetable and lentil chowders. I guess chowder's kind of like a thick soup, I guess. It's got vegetables and lentils in there. Lentils is a kind of legume, right? And also fragrant rice, peppery soups, and pancakes stuffed with spiced potatoes, served traditionally on a banana leaf. Okay, so you're going to see lots of banana palms down in the south. So this food gets served on banana leaves. We've got a word here, fragrant. Fragrant means it lets off an odor and it smells very nice.
Yeah, if something is fragrant, it smells nice. It is nice smelling. Okay, folks, with that, we are all through with this particular part of our article, but stay tuned. When we come back, we'll be wrapping up our article on India.
Of course, short of spending your whole life there, a visit to India will only give you the briefest glimpse into this marvelous country's culture, history, and food. But even a brief glimpse of India is enough to place you firmly under the country's spell and leave you yearning to visit again.
今天最后一个单字，我们看到的是 glimpse。这个字当作名词，它有一瞥或是瞥见的意思。例如 We only caught a glimpse of the man, so we can't describe him very well. 我们只瞥见那男人一眼，所以我们无法很仔细地描述他。
Okay, everybody, let's continue our lesson for today. We just got done talking about the food in India, and we just kind of scratched the surface there. We talked about the differences between the cuisine of the north and of the south. But, of course, as you know, there are many different regions in India with different languages and different writing systems and different cultures. So you'll probably never run out of options in terms of food. There will be hundreds, if not thousands, of different dishes that you can sample on your travels in India. But of course, here in the final paragraph, it says, short of spending your whole life there, a visit to India will only give you the briefest glimpse into this marvelous country's culture, history, and food. So yes, indeed, short of spending your whole life there, even though you're not going to be able to spend hundreds of years there, your trip can only give you a brief glimpse into this marvelous country. A glimpse is just a look into something. Usually it's only for a short duration. And unless you live there, unless you're going to spend your entire life there, you're just not going to learn everything about India that there is to learn. But still, a visit there for a couple of weeks will let you learn quite a lot.
Yeah, it's totally worth it to go to India. Just don't expect to learn everything there is to know about India in one small trip. It can't be done, okay? Okay, you're only going to catch a glimpse of India in all its splendor. And yes, a glimpse here, and we're using this word glimpse as a noun. A glimpse is a short or brief view of something. That's all there is to it. Now, this word glimpse can also be used as a verb. Yes, if you glimpse at something, let's say, you look at something for a short time without really absorbing many of its details. So yeah, no matter what, if you go to India for only a short stay, you're only going to catch a glimpse of India. You can't absorb all of India in one short visit. It can't be done. In our previous paragraph there, we kind of did a short culinary tour of India from north to south. Did we do the cuisine of India justice in its entirety? No way. It's impossible. You don't have enough time to do that. So yes, like Roger said before, we're just scratching the surface and giving you an idea of some of the things you can do. Some of the things. We can't tell you all of the things that you can do or that can be done in India. That would be impossible. We do not have a lifetime here. Anyways, let's go ahead and wrap up our article. The final sentence says, but even a brief glimpse of India is enough to place you firmly under the country's spell and leave you yearning to visit again. Now, before we take a break here, we've got a couple of things that we need to talk about. Now, it says here that a glimpse of India is enough to place you under the country's spell. Now, let's talk about this phrase, under something's spell. If you are under something's spell, you are under the control of that thing. Now, in this particular situation, you are under the spell of India. So yeah, this is a good spell. India has control of you in a good way. Now, more generally, if you are under something's spell, you're under the control of a spell. And notice that this word spell is a noun in this particular situation. Yeah, a spell very often refers to a set of magical words that, when spoken together, bring about some magical effect. But here, we're talking about India, okay? India, everyone, apparently is going to work its magic on you when you visit. You'll fall in love with it, and you won't want to leave. Yes, it'll leave you yearning to visit again.
Yearning. Oh, I so want to go back to India. I loved my trip there last time, and I love the place so much. I love the food. I love the people. I love the music. Oh, I so want to go back there. So here, yearning just means you have a strong desire to do something, especially if it's something that is very difficult to obtain. I yearn to go back to my hometown and look at my own classmates, my old classmates, because I haven't seen them for many, many years. But yes, indeed, India offers all these sorts of things, and we suggest that you go at your first convenience. Okay, that brings us to the end of our lesson for today. Here comes our Chinese teacher.
各 各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点。课文第一部分有一个句子是Kerala is known for its beaches lined with palm trees, mountains covered with tea, coffee, and spice plantations. 克拉拉邦以沙滩上林立的棕榈树闻名，山上遍布着茶叶、咖啡和香料种植园。好，这个句子它有使用到分词片语的句型哦。分词片语是由形容词子句简化来的。那简化的步骤就是先把关系代名词省略掉，然后再把动词改成分词。如果是主动或者是进行的时候，就用现在分词；如果是被动，就用过去分词。像课文里面的 lined with palm trees， 它是由关系子句that are lined with palm trees 简化而来的分词片语，然后用来修饰它的先行词 beaches。而后面的 mountains covered with tea、coffee and spice plantations 也是同样的句型， covered 的前方就省略了 that are， 然后只保留过去分词 covered。 我们来看一个例句， The man who is standing by the sports car is an actor。 站在跑车旁边那个男子是个演员耶。那我们这个例句里面 who is standing by the sports car 是关系子句，我们就可以省略关系代名词 who， 然后动词就只保留现在分词 standing，我们就把例句改成 The man standing by the sports car is an actor。 再看一个例句， Dana is looking at a portrait that was painted by a local artist。 Dana 正在看一幅由当地画家画的肖像。那句中这个 that was painted by a local artist 是关系子句，同样我们可以把关系代名词 that 省略，然后动词的部分因为是被动语态，就只保留过去分词 painted， 那就可以把这个例句改成 Dana is looking at a portrait painted by a local artist。好，接着来看课文第三部分，一开始有一个句子，他说 Of course, short of spending your whole life there, a visit to India will only give you the briefest glimpse into this marvelous country's culture, history and food。 当然除非你要一辈子待在那里，否则去印度玩一趟只能让你对这个国度的文化、历史、食物留下惊鸿一瞥。好，句中的 short of 它是当介系词，后面呢我们可以把它接上名词或者是动名词来表达除了什么什么以外，那常常是用来表达其他的选择，意思就跟 except for 或者是 other than 差不多。举例来说 Short of selling the house, they had to find a way to pay off their debts。 除了卖房子，他们还得找其他方法来还清债务。好，那 short of 它也可以当形容词去表达短缺不足，我们常常用 be short of something 来表达缺乏什么。例如I can't pay the bill. I'm a bit short of cash right now. 我现在现金不够，没有办法付账单你可以先付一下吗？好，另外还有一个用语是 nothing short of， 这个字面上的意思是不比什么什么短少，那就可以用来表达说和什么完全一样，简直是怎么样，可说是怎么样。举例来说 The concert was nothing short of amazing. 那场演唱会简直棒呆了。好，以上是今天的重点整理，我们接下来回顾今天的单字吧。
Wildlife. The mountains are full of dangerous wildlife. Please be careful. Plantation. We visited a banana plantation while traveling around Ecuador. Spicy. Going out for spicy hot pot is one of Jackson's favorite weekend activities. Curry. Make sure you try the restaurant's famous green curry while you're there. Yogurt. Sarah's breakfast consisted of a yogurt, fruit, and 2 eggs. Fragrant. The fragrant smell of flowers filled the apartment. Glimpse. I don't know what he looks like because I only caught a glimpse of him.
Discussion starter starts now!
All right, everybody, it's time for our discussion starter. Roger, would you prefer to visit the bustling cities in northern India or experience the natural habitats in the south? Why?
Well, I like to visit the cities. I like to chat with people and rub elbows with people and try the food and stuff. I'm not so much of a nature boy, so indeed, I would prefer to visit the cities because indeed, I like to see what the cities have to offer, museums, food, people, etc., etc. How about you?
Well, both areas seem interesting, but being a nature boy, as you put it, or being one of Mother Nature's sons, I think I would like the South the most because of the animals. Yes, I've got 3 words for you, Roger. Monkeys, elephants, and tigers. These 3 animals can be found in the South. How about that for wildlife? Okay, everyone. With that, today's article is now complete. But as always, we sure hope that you guys have enjoyed reading along with us. Anyways, I'm Jeff.
I am Roger.
See you next time.